So we got some fucking crazy weather, don't we?
This weather, I'm fucking tired of it.
It's crazy.
Already.
Yeah.
We are dealing with what? -2 degrees, -7 degrees. I don't like it.
No, it's cold. I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I took the kids over to their grandma's house today. She finally called and was like, hey, you can bring them over. I'll watch them for a little bit. I was like, hell yeah, you can. Shit, they've been off for the past, like, what? So Friday, they didn't have school.
Yeah.
And then Monday, they didn't have school because of the holiday. And then I get an email from the school, and they're like, hey, it's cold as shit. Keep your kids at home, man, you know?
Yep.
So she's been off. Addison and Ava's been off for 4 days now. So I'm like, dude, if it doesn't increase soon, man, your boy's going to lose his mind.
Wait.
You know?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, shit, you're right.
It's more than that.
Wednesday?
Yes.
Damn, what day is today?
It's the W.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
it's the W.
Damn.
It's at least
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
They've been off.
Yeah.
And you know, schools are closing, not even because like how the streets is because for the walkers. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So that's
yeah,
one of the major reasons why they close the schools, because kids do walk to school, and they're like,
Right.
No, we're not gonna find you in someone's like yard frozen.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
that
bad.
would be crazy, you know, like just letting your kid walk to school and then you just never see him again.
Never.
You'd be like, where the fuck did they go? It's like, you know, you live a mile away and you see him on the street. Just froze up or something, you know? I mean, nothing malicious happened to him, but, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're a little bit more aware of kids than they used to be of how cold it gets. But no, I don't like it, man. I was having a conversation with my mom about this. I'm like, yo, why are we living in a state or a region that's always cold? I mean, it's like other states right now, they're in shorts and T-shirts and they're walking around and everything's cool while we're bundled up, layered up, cold as fuck. Like, you get in your car, even to warm it up, it's still, you gotta wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's one thing that I like about my electric car, though, is that, like, dude, I turn it on and then, like, a minute later it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to drive to, like, get the engine to warm up or nothing like that. It's just like a heated blanket, you know? After you plug it in, give it 30 seconds, that shit hot as hell, you know?
Boom, toasty.
Yeah, so, I mean, that aspect is, like, real nice, but it like, the cold affects the battery so much, man, you know? Yeah. It takes it down, and then you don't, you know, you just don't have the ability to go anywhere.
Right.
Like, you could go up the street, but you can't take no trips to PA or nothing like that.
No?
Yeah, no.
Also, just like a cell phone, right?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, if your cell phone is like get cold or whatever like that, like it doesn't charge all the way. Like there's still like a piece of it.
Oh, like 80% type shit. Yeah.
It's like that with cars.
Well, no, I think it charges all the way, but I think the cold just affects the battery's efficiency, so you don't get like as many miles. Because in the summertime, I get like 265 miles.
Whoa.
And then in the winter, dude, I turned on the car today. It was like 180.
Dang.
You know.
Yeah.
So
get back to gas, man.
Nah.
Yeah, get back to gas, because if I fill my tank up, man,
you could just go until you run out.
I could just go try.
Well, no, I mean, I get it, dude, but like, I still, you know, I mean, my shit gets good miles though, you know, like I mean, you know, I have no qualms with fucking.
So let me ask you this question: are you interested in motorcycles?
Not really. No, I've never been like, you know, that's always been my brother's thing.
What, know? Man?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, get a bike with me, man.
No, I'm cool.
I'm getting a bike.
Well, yeah. What kind?
Well, of course I gotta go with like Harleys.
You're gonna get a Harley?
I'm gonna get a Harley. If you're gonna get a bike, get a bike.
Yeah.
You know, don't get no little.
Like Gixxer, or what do you say? Gixxer or something?
Gixxer,
yeah.
You know, little, what do you call those?
Little Ducati.
Pocket rockets.
Yeah, little pocket rockets.
You know, little a Ducati, you know, like, nah, man, let's get some, go wake up the whole street type thing.
Right.
And get you some storage on it, get you another seat for whoever you want to take a ride, if your kids or whoever else, you know.
Yeah. That's like a modification that you can do, I think. I don't think like all motorcycles come that loud innately, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think there's like obviously going to be noise, but then there's like that noise that comes in.
Right.
It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, why do you even want that shit, bro?
6 in the morning. Why do I want it?
So everyone can hear you? Like, who cares, dude? You know?
But I don't want to go like an electric car and go zzz through. You know, like
it doesn't sound like that. It does
sound like that. It's like
no, it sounds like.
It sounds like.
It sounds like a fucking space shuttle, dude.
I'm from not from, but I like loud noises. I like a carbureted noise. I like how like an exhaust sound. I like how like the engine sound. Like if I had like an old school car, I would take the radio out and just listen to the car all day.
Yeah.
Like I like that. It's like also I like driving, so that's like a thing.
Okay.
But no, man, I want a bike, dude. Yeah, I gotta get.
So where would you go on your bike?
Everywhere, man.
Would you?
Everywhere.
In the wintertime you would go on your bike?
Not in the wintertime. I mean, like, when it's warmer, so go to campgrounds, go on some
with
like...
What what would you have with you? Just like your clothes and that's it?
I would have... It's a lot of things you can have. Is those little storage, little
Oh, you
pouches?
Get a little next thing to you?
Yeah.
Like you're going to have...
No.
You have a little dog down there next to you and shit. The wifey sitting there with the dog.
Man, nah. Maybe, but nah, I don't think so. I'm not that old to be doing that. Right. But like just being a younger, older man, I want to call myself a younger, older man. I'll have the sashels. I have like a tent I can put up. I could have like food and clothes and like how to make a fire and like things that I need for essential stuff. And just take it. I mean, because I feel like also be on a bike, you free, man. Because it's like you make one mistake, boop, it's over. You know what I mean? So live like that.
Shit, man. No way, dude.
Yeah, fuck these 4 wheels things, man. Yeah. I'm done with that.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, next time.
Give me it. So I'm thinking about either like a fat bob. This is a type of Harley, like a fat bob or a soft tail. I'm looking at them. I forgot. Somebody was telling me like there's somebody that they know that customizes bikes and they make them. They're not Harleys, but they make them look like Harleys. And I thought like, man, I don't want no fake shit.
Right.
You don't want a fake Dr. Pepper.
You get like a Farley.
Right, you get a Farley. But yeah, man, going back to what you were saying originally, I'm not really feeling this weather. I remember we talked about like let's go to Florida, man. Let's get out of this. But I don't want to deal with hurricanes either. Dude,
hurricanes, they ain't even that bad, bro. You just buy some hurricane proof windows.
What?
Yeah, dude. No. You fucking chilling, bro.
What do you
chilling,
mean?
Yeah.
Chilling.
You chilling.
I see them on the news, man. People, their whole house gone.
But then you file an insurance claim and you get a new roof.
And get a new
for free.
Roof.
Every year you get a free roof.
What? So I got to go through tragedy.
It is not a tragedy, bro.
It is.
What if something happens to your roof? Like this roof, for example.
Okay.
This roof been on here for a minute, dude. Plus, I put solar panels on it. So it's going to be up there for even longer because I'm going to have to pay extra to have somebody come take my goddamn solar panels off the roof.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I was in Florida, it would have sucked off my solar panels. It would have sucked off my roof. And guess what? All that would have been covered under my hurricane insurance.
I mean, but you got homeowners insurance, man.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, it means a lot. At least you have some type of insurance.
Yeah, but I'm saying I can't get it replaced for free.
You want the shit for free, man.
Hell yeah, dude, man.
You get it discounted. You got to pay your deductible and you get a new roof.
No. That's not how that shit works,
That's
bro.
How
That's
it
not
works.
how that shit works.
That is how it works.
No. You have homeowners insurance in case of an incident, bro. You can't just call the insurance company and be like, yo, hey, my roof is getting old. I'd like to pay my deductible to have you guys come out and replace my roof. You can't do that shit.
Man, you can say, hey, because of the winter, there was a hole from the roof. I need it to be patched. Can you guys come out here and adjust it?
And they'll fix that spot. They'll adjust for that spot, and then poof, you got 3 new sheets of fucking roofing up there, and then the rest of the roof is still shit. So unless like God comes down with the hammer of justice on my roof and like fucking knocks all the fucking shit off, there's no way I could use homeowners insurance.
If your roof is that bad, just move. Just put it back on the market.
I'm not saying it's that bad though. I'm not saying the roof is that bad, but I'm saying let's get back to the original thought, right?
Okay.
Florida, right?
Florida.
If you had a shitty roof and you had at least some type of insurance to cover the hurricane, and it came through and ripped your roof off, boom, instant insurance claim. They come fix you up in 3 to 6 months. because everybody else's roof is gone too.
Right around the time where everybody else, like once you get that new roof on, you probably got 2 or 3 months to enjoy it. Here come another hurricane.
No.
Take it off.
It only happens once a year, bro. Once a year. Once a year. Yes, it does, man. Yes, it does. The ones that actually make landfall and shit like that, bro, it happens like once a year.
So you're weighing the hurricane versus the snow.
Versus the snow, right. The hurricane happens for like a week. That's it. Done. Okay. And then the snow here happens 3 months, 4 months, possibly 5 months.
Where do you go when your house is... You're in Florida. Where do you go if your house is destroyed?
I'm sure you can get put up to whatever your insurance covers. You can go... You Airbnb, you probably rent, some other shit, go in-state, up away from the water or wherever you need to go.
So you think the insurance companies are setting money aside to know that it's about to happen?
Well, it's different insurance. So you have to have homeowners, and then you have to have like hurricane insurance too.
Jeez.
And like flood insurance. So you have to have like all sorts of other insurances.
Wow.
But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you ain't paying for much,
Yeah,
you're paying less in heat. You're paying less in electricity. You're paying less in a lot of things because you don't have to do that 24/7 like here. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my heat on 24/7 here for the whole winter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like if you don't have that bill to pay, then that's extra money that's going towards the fucking insurance.
Yeah. I can see what you're saying. I don't know, man. Maybe Florida's not the place. Maybe we can do like Kansas or Oklahoma.
Man. Hell no, I ain't going there.
Man, I would even try like places where people not really at, like Montana and Wyoming. People aren't really up there.
You trying to be Yellowstone and shit?
The Dakotas, North Dakota or South Dakota. I mean, because I like being outside, man. So if you're saying I got to be in the brush, and be able to have my amenities while I'm like in the hills and shit, that's fine.
You can go outside in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, you go outside anywhere.
You go outside right now.
In the cold, -2 degrees.
Go outside right now.
Hey man, but yeah, I was talking to family and friends about that. I'm like, man, why are we still here? Why are we in this cold place? It's gonna get cold every year for the rest of your life, and like you were saying earlier, like my bones is old, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't get up the same way that I used to.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because like all these beers I'm drinking.
Yeah, that could be one of the issues that you're having.
Nah, it's not that. It's more of just being tired of it, man. It makes you unmotivated to want to do anything on this like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like depressing, and I think we talked about this a little bit last time, like about depression and like when I was in Alaska with all those, the soldiers up there, and how depressing it is, like when it's complete darkness, and the sun comes up, it rises at 10 a.m. and goes down at 10:01 a.m. So it's like, what the fuck?
Wow.
It's just crazy, that the sun is like a huge, you need the sun.
It's a huge thing, yeah. It's huge. I sometimes I play it out like in my room. I can make like my room like dark as hell, like my bedroom dark, right? And that's good to go to sleep in.
Right.
But like when you wake up and it's dark, you're like, I ain't trying to get up. But as soon as you start opening up the blinds and things like that, you're like, whoa,
right?
Okay, right. Coffee, shower, what I got to do today.
Right.
So I can understand it being like that. But here, it's just gray, man. The weather sucks, bro. It just sucks. If you live in Northeast Ohio or live anywhere close to the Northeast region of the United States, this is what we're going to be dealing with for another, 3 months?
Yeah, for a minute now.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not cool, man. But you know what, though? Even though we're dealing with this weather, there's some cool change coming.
What's that change?
There's some cool it happened like yesterday.
Oh, did it? Yeah, I think everybody knows what happened yesterday. What day? Actually, was it yesterday?
Was it yesterday?
What day is today?
Wednesday.
The what?
The 22nd.
Is it so 2 days ago it happened?
2 days
ago.
2 days ago. 2 days ago. A lot of people... Ooh. It's a change, man.
Dude, yeah.
It's a change.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's talk a little bit. So,
okay.
I think that where we are as a country right now, we needed this change because there's a lot of things that were being left by the wayside by the previous administration. It's funny because I was on TikTok today and I was looking at all these younger guys on there, and I don't know if you know them, but like Harry Sisson and like there's a couple other guys that are like far left that are paid by the Democratic Party.
Okay.
And there's this new kid that I seen today on there, and he's running his mouth as much as he possibly can. Like, they're so upset that Trump is in office, and they're trying to do everything that they can to, like sway people that are on the fence and like all this shit. And he's like, the kid was funny. He's talking mad shit through the phone. Like, he's saying like, oh, I could, like, you guys have 2 brain cells, and like all of us on the right have like 2 brain cells. We're not educated, we don't know anything, and like all of this craziness. And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, dude, you're like 21 years old. You have no idea what you're talking about. Right. You think you have all of these life lessons and you've learned everything and all this bullshit. However smart you think you are, man, you're not that fucking smart, first of all. Second of all, I mean, you can't go threatening people online. You know what I'm saying? You can.
Right.
But what is that going to solve? It ain't going to solve nothing until I see you face to face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's half of the problem, is that these punk-ass kids get on there and they just start running their mouth through the phone.
Where are you guys getting this information from?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it doesn't make sense
to me. So
this
whole Elon thing, let's talk about that. Have you heard about this?
No, man.
All right, so...
We clicking all this up. We clipping all this.
Yeah. So Elon, he got excited on stage, and he was like, my heart is with you, and he did this and he did that.
Right.
And now people are saying he's like hailing Hitler on stage and shit. And they're taking it so far out of context, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we've become, is like, when one side loses, they're so bitter that they have to go after the other side for things. But it's crazy because I saw another clip today made by somebody else. They put together, who was it? It was Hillary Clinton, Obama, and like 4 or 5 other Democrats, and all of them were doing this fucking shit. Kamala even did this fucking shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, you guys are so fucking moronic that you couldn't take 3 seconds to see, like, if any other person in the limelight did anything like that before jumping to conclusions.
Ever.
And to say that he's like a Nazi and like all this crazy stuff now is the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. This dude is doing more for the United States than half of these fucking people that are out here talking all this shit. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Do you think they're like, it's like a sore loser thing?
I think it is. I
think
they're so mad because that their side didn't lose. There's only 2 genders now. Like, all of their bullshit that they believed for the past 4 years is finally being aired out and called out. And they're getting upset about seeing it all over the place. So now they're doing more to lash out. They're speaking out. And, I saw this, I hate to keep on bringing up TikTok, but that's basically all that I watch, sometimes. And
Wait, before you go in there,
sure.
Are you going to be upset when they get rid of it?
They're not, dude. They're not. It's staying, bro. It's staying.
What if you guys believe that TikTok is staying? Can you go ahead and like this?
Yeah, exactly. Let us know what you think.
Let us know. Just like it. You don't even got to comment. Just like it.
Yeah. So so I saw this dad on there, and he's like, I've been quiet for far too long, and I've got 2 kids, and these MAGA turds, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, it's not even about being MAGA anymore. Like, I don't even consider myself a MAGA. I just consider myself a person who cares about the United States, who cares about the people that live in my house, who cares about all these things, and what everybody should care about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we are being overtaken by the amount of illegal immigrants that were let into this country, illegal aliens, whatever you want to call them. We're being taken over. And so if you can't see that they didn't come in the proper way, there's so many other people that have came in the proper way, have citizenship, live here, live full lives, live the American dream, and all of these other people are just in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to work for anything. They just hopped a fence and boom, they're in.
What's your take on when people say that we all are illegal immigrants?
I mean, we are. Right? We are. Because of the land and things like that. I mean,
yeah.
But
do you think that's like the same?
Well, I think it's the same, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that the way that society works right now, with everything that has been done in the past, without it being forgotten, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was done, and now we're here.
Right.
So how do we move forward from here? And the only way to do that is to stop people that don't have our same thought coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was how many people, how many millions came in?
Do you think that how they're deporting immigrants, like their plan on how to get rid of them, is the best way to go? When they're saying like, hey, you don't have that, because you were an illegal immigrant, and then you and your mommy had you here, you also get deported. What's your thought process on
that's a loophole, man.
Yeah.
And that's, people have been doing that for such a long time.
Yeah.
Like mail order bride shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'll marry you and give me citizenship, and then we can get a divorce, and I'll pay you this amount of money, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a loophole that needs to be addressed and fixed. And obviously, if your mom and dad came here illegally and then had you here illegally, then you're illegal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, like, that's what I think about that. And, because we have our own kids here that are going through foster care. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's shit here that we need to focus on. And that's what I think people don't understand. They're too busy looking outside when they need to be looking internally and seeing, like, we have so much fucked up shit here that we can't fully help anybody else until we fucking help ourselves. And the people that we have here already.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Let's talk about the veterans that are on the street, right? Let's talk about the homeless people on the street. Let's talk about the kids that don't have any fucking parents or don't have any food and all that shit. Once we fix all of that fucking bullshit, then maybe we can be like, okay, we're okay now. We fixed this. Our debt's low, blah, blah, blah. Let's let in a certain amount of people. Let's let in 1 million people, and then we'll see how they do. And then if we're still doing well, pull in some more. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you can't just flood in here and expect, we should be open for everybody, open border, all this nonsense. It's fucking crazy, dude. It'll ruin us. I mean, we're already on the brink of ruin, right? Because we're split 50-50. Let's just say 50-50, right? So
big T's in.
Well, it's probably
no more.
Yeah, it's probably not even close.
But I'm agreeing with what you're saying, and I think that is what people are not understanding about a lot of these agendas. Not just the woke agenda, but or even like the presidential thing. It is there are things going on, and then people are sabotaging that movement. They're making it into something bigger. No, I'm sorry. They're making it into something smaller than it really is. So if we're sitting here talking about, immigrants and, the things that they can have that's over what people in this country already have, it makes you care about things that you shouldn't even care about.
Right.
Because these are things that already the people that's living here is dealing with, and it's just being magnified. It's like any I'm thinking about a lot of it, like a lot of things that has happened over the years about what has been in major society, which made people argue or pick a side of the fence. They have infiltrated whatever movement that is and made into something else. We can say that's the Black Lives Matter stuff. We can say it's the LGBT stuff. We can say it's the war on drugs. We can say it's the veterans, the homeless, the health care industries. Once you start bringing in other entities on something that's already broken, and then you start giving to that without fixing the original issue, that is where people split. So I'm agreeing with you where it's 50-50, but then you also have to have somebody within leadership, which is the executive branch of the United States, to be able to say, no, we're not doing this anymore, and we have to care about this first and allow people like you're saying in. And I believe that, man. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. They I don't know who they are, all right? This is not specifically to a group, but whoever they are is, they go in there and they say, oh, okay, this is already a problem. Hey, we're going to, put some kerosene, some gasoline, shit. We're going to put diesel on it. We're going to light this thing on fire, and it's never going to outburn itself because it's always something else we can put to it to make it worse. And then whoever's running media, which I know who's running media, whoever's running media gets to put stories out there to make you gravitate to it.
Right. Well, see, and that's a whole different thing, dude. So, I mean, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. And you think you see a lot of something, And the reason you see a lot of something on social media is it's not random. It's because they're targeting you. They're targeting what you usually search, who you are, what side you're on, and they're filtering out other information so that way all you're seeing is who you align with.
Yeah.
And that's where all this fucking bullshit is coming from.
Yep.
If you were to see more than often your other side or the other people on that app, you would probably be less likely to use the app because all you're seeing is the people that you don't like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that you're going to change your ideas or
right.
try to duet them and give your idea, unless you're like educated on that stuff,
Right.
But for like the average American, if they were to log in every day, for example, and see Kamala and Joe Biden and they didn't like them,
yeah.
do you think they would log on to that app often?
No.
So, I mean, it's all a ploy to get you to be on the app for as long as you can and to feed you as much of your side's information as possible.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing is there's so many people creating out there that you're seeing this content over and over and over and over again. It doesn't look exactly the same because everybody puts their little spin on it. But you're seeing it so much that it's like doing shit to you, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and that proves it with these crazy ass people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like doing weird shit, trying to kill Trump, trying to kill this person, trying to go out there and cause a fucking mass chaos somewhere. Yeah. It's like, it's ruining people's brains, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and if you can't see that and you don't know that, like, you need help.
Right.
Get off the app, delete this shit for a while.
Yeah.
Delete it 60 days, 90 days, and see how different your life is. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how much happier you probably will be if you're not watching that shit 24/7 doom scrolling.
Yep.
They even have an auto scroll feature now on this motherfucker. So you could turn it on, and as soon as the one's over, whoop, you don't even have to swipe anymore.
Wow.
So I'm saying, like, they're making it so easy for people to just sit on there 24/7, and it's crazy that,
yeah,
this is what it's coming down to.
It is okay to take social media breaks. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'll have social media, and then I'm like, nope, it's making me think this way, or it's making me stay on it longer. Like I have other things to do, and I'll say, you know what, forget this. I'm going to deactivate, and I deactivate my socials, and I don't even care. If someone's even showing me, I'm like, I don't even want to see your phone. Like people sending you memes and things like that, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to see that. You need to have tolerance breaks, and even for your mental. I agree with that, man. It's ridiculous, and also too, we're not sitting around here saying that. Well, I'm definitely not sitting around here saying that one side, the Democratic side or Republican side, is the end all be all. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that I can see both sides. I understand it both sides. I have friends on one side, I have friends on the other side. What I'm saying is no matter what side you are, this is America, man. This is America. You live here. You live here. Someone voted these people in. If you didn't vote yourself in, you elected these you voted for these people to be in. They have these powers, or someone did, and that's what it is. If you don't like it, you should have been able to do something about it. I'm talking about the right way, the constitutional way. You weren't able to do it. Okay, you lost. Now let's figure out a way that we can have common ground so it's not chaos. So people don't think that like we are dysfunctioning. All right. This is the United States of America. There's 50 states. There's a lot of territories too. We all are Americans. Okay. We all have that. So to say, hey, I don't like this person or I don't like that, that's cool. But guess what? You still are a citizen of this country. And that bothers me a lot. I see a lot of people that have not hate speech, and I got to stop saying those things like that. They have things against either side. If you really understand, that also is treason. It is. You can't do that, all right? This is not Cuba. This is not, what's the country that they just killed the president? It's like, if something went down in your backyard, in your real backyard, in front of your house, right? Troops are coming down. Who are you going to stand for?
Right.
If someone is threatening your family, threatening you, trying to take your liberties, not trying to give you anything, and they're just coming to destroy, who are you siding with? Right? You're going to say, oh, I don't like this person. So then It's not even the fact of get the fuck out. It's not. We don't want you to get out. We want you to be united. So fly your flags.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't care what flag you fly.
I do.
No,
There's a flag I don't want to see.
One?
There's
Which
a few
one?
flags I do not want to see.
Which one?
All right. I want to see 50 stars, and I want to see them stripes.
Right. Okay.
I might want to see the Ohio flag.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
I seen on the news there is a Cleveland flag. I remember like seeing like there's a granddaughter trying to keep her design that her grandmother or grandfather created. Okay. I can see the Cleveland flag, I can see the Ohio flag, and I want to see United States flag. All them other flags, get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Maybe the POW flag,
Okay,
I respect, you know. All the other flags, no. This
Like
is not the United Nations.
Which one?
This is not the United Nations.
Hold on.
I don't want to see your flags in your car. I don't want to see your flags in your car.
Well, why not? Hold on.
I don't want to see your flags in your car.
Right, I get that, but why though? Like why?
I don't want to see it.
You can't be saying shit like that, man.
What do you mean?
Because like
why?
All right, because we're being.
Why can't I say that I am a citizen of the United States and I would only like to see flags what I saw when I was a child growing up?
Well, right. I mean, you can say that.
Yes.
But when you start saying that other people aren't allowed to fly what they want to fly, that sounds like communism.
How?
Because, or it's unfair, right? Because maybe they see the flag in a certain light or something like that, and they don't like the American flag, which is true, which they do now. They burn it and they do all this other shit to it. So how is that any different from what they're doing now?
They started off wrong, not me. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, say you live in this country and you don't like the United States flag, right?
Right.
And you feel like wherever your heritage is from, you decide that you want to put that flag up before the United States flag. That is what I'm saying is wrong.
I see what you're saying.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
You had to clarify, bro.
I know. I'm glad that you said that because I didn't want to look like that on camera. Yeah. But that's what I mean. I don't want to see your heritage flag. Show us the United States flag. This is where you are. This is who your home country.
Like you moved here.
You moved here.
You moved here because you wanted a better life.
Yes.
And you're here now in the United States. So do not fly your heritage flag above the United States flag. You could put it below it, but do not fly it above because that is disrespectful for everyone here and the whole reason that you came here.
Yes.
Right.
I feel
right. I got it now. Yeah. But dude, that is a perfect example of something that would be taken out of context and clipped to just show that you're a fucking dickhead, you know, or you hate all of the people so much that you aren't allowing them to fly their flags, dude.
Yeah.
See, like that.
And I'm glad that you were able to question that on me, so then I can elaborate. A lot of times, like I'll be watching, speakers talk. It could be, about government, and they don't allow them to land their point.
Right.
A lot of times it's like, oh, you said this. Oh, well, then get you out of here.
Right,
and it's like they didn't finish what they were trying to say, and we don't allow that. It's more of like we're a society where we want to talk versus listen. So thank you for even allowing me to finish that, so I didn't seem like I was
like
anti whatever.
Hitler.
Yeah, you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh my god!
Look, there's Elon.
Yeah, right. Hey. But yeah,
I mean, what do you think about that, man?
No, I completely agree. If you're here in the United States, you have citizenship, and we saved you from another country. You came fleeing here, and you came through the right way, and you're working here. You have a family here. You're an American. You have a passport. You have an American driver's license, whatever state it's in. I think you're an American now, and you need to respect that. And most people do. Most people that aren't from here, that became citizens legally, they cherish that.
Yeah.
Because of where they left. They know what's on the other side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, holy shit, man, all these fucking idiots out here living in America, talking shit about America. They have no idea They have no idea.
No, they don't.
They don't, dude. No. Half of them haven't been in the military. They've never left the United States or been to any other place. And all they want to do is sit on fucking line and talk mad shit about the United States. If you don't like it that much, you can fucking leave.
That's the thing that they can't leave. They don't want to leave. What they want to do, I feel like what they're doing is just trolling. Yeah. I just think that they think that
100%.
Whatever their opinion is, someone is going to change it for them so it benefits them.
Yeah.
And them not realizing this is why we have these people trying to come to this country.
Right.
It's because you are allowed to say it. If they say it over there, it's over. Mm-hmm. It's over.
Right. Yeah, that's a perfect example of how tolerant the United States is. We have an American flag that the people that first made the United States on a battlefield put it up in the air. That's the flag that everyone waves out, everyone should support and wave outside their house, and we have fucking assholes lighting it on fire.
Yeah.
And you're not in jail. You're not in jail, you're not serving time, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because you're in the United States. Yeah. And the United States allows you to be a free thinker. And you're free people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tried that shit in Russia, I'm actually not sure about Russia. I'm not sure about
China.
China or any of those communist states or countries. You would be in jail, beheaded. You'd be killed, like in your sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous that these people are so fucking simple that they can't see that. People are fleeing other countries, coming here because of how good they'll have it here.
Right.
And then these assholes get on here and start talking shit about, oh my God.
About things that if you were in these real countries that you didn't have free speech, which that's a debate right there. Right. But if that you're at least able to say these things, they can't say these things. These people that want all these rights, want all these rights that we have and we take from liberty because people in the military has fought for, or there's been bills written, or there's some type of infrastructure to protect you. If you understood that, like, they don't have that, and you over here saying all these things, and then you're not doing anything about it either.
Right. And just before I forget, I want to touch on another thing. It's like all these people have the goal to say this shit and be assholes and do shit like that, but like, other people in this country are literally sacrificing everything that they have to fight for the country, and even some people disagree and say, oh, we're fighting for nothing and like all that shit. But still, they had the goal to sign up. They left their families. They left their mom and daddy, which you're probably still living in their fucking basement, to go to a different place to be trained, basic training you have to go through. Then you get sent to your unit. You get treated like shit at your unit because of other people that have been there longer until you finally deploy and you earn your patches and stuff like that. And, dude, just doing that, people should have respect for that. Yeah. Because without that, there wouldn't be any freedoms. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have been taken over by somebody else, or, however you think of the military and however you think of, like, all of these wars and shit like that, it's a show of force. We need to show that we have the ability to do these things so that people don't try it here on the U.S. soil and all this other shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I think of it. And it's like, that may be the wrong way to think of it. I'm not saying I'm, like, 100% right, but that's how I think of it, is like, if we don't ever show, like, it could come here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, with us supporting so many different people in NATO and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if we're going to be in NATO for long, but, I mean, who knows what's going to happen.
Who knows? But we might create something else.
Right, exactly. I mean, but I'm saying, like, and it's just ridiculous that people can't even have, like, an ounce of respect for those people that serve. It amazes me.
Here's my opinion on that, and then I'll also tell you a story too. They have softened what we are. Like, I understand, like, it's supposed to be about peace and people want to do things like that, but that is not who we are. We're gangsters of the world. Right, we are the bullies. We're the thugs. We are the protectors. There are people that I know personally that said they would not fight for America. I know people personally that would rather claim another gender than be their gender and be about what we need to fight for.
Right.
It is. I know. Okay, so here's the story, right? This happened this happened last Veterans Day, right? So I'm in my apartment, and I'm leaving, and I see a veteran walking past. Well, no, I walk past him. He's getting on the elevator. He's in his full suit. He's got his stripes on. He's got his hat on. You know, he was in the Vietnam. And I say, "Hey, sir, thank you for your service." And he looked at me and he said, "Thank you." And now, mind you, this was later in the day. This is evening. So maybe I talked to him around like 5, 6 o'clock. He told me, he said, "You know, you're the first person to thank me for being a vet all day. And I went to the parade and I went to the VA and I've been riding around and nobody told me thank you."
Right. It's because everybody takes everything for granted. They take it for granted because it's offered in the United States, and everybody is so fucking selfish that they can't take 10 seconds out of their day to help somebody out. You know, all they're trying to do now is get content. All they're trying to do now is post as many things as they can so they can try to get money through TikTok and like all of this shit. And they only do things like that to be publicly seen so that way they can get recognized for it.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's
tell
crazy.
you guys this story with like sadness. Like, I'm sad about it because I'm thinking about all the veterans that have fought, you know, or people that have been lost, and people are walking around here not caring about them, like not even giving them their due. Now, you can feel however you want to feel about why we went over there, but you have to understand is these people sacrificed their life, went away from their families, went into some armed combat or had to do whatever. You didn't even have to. You could have been a medic or whatever. You could just been a person doing paperwork. You did something for the country, and then to come back to get spitted on, it's a disrespect. You know what I mean? To me, it is. I have a stepfather that, you know, served. I got a best friend in you. I got a bunch of friends, and I sit there and I think about you guys. I'm like, dang, do you guys really get the recognition you want? And then even to follow up with that, who are the children or the young people going into the service? I don't even see them no more.
All right.
You know, I remember being like younger and seeing people, hey, I'm going to the service.
JROTC, like all that shit. Yeah, like, you don't see that anymore. I
don't know if the schools got it locked down or something, or because like even when I go to like the recruiting offices, like I'm around it because I lived in Lakewood for a while, and there used to be a recruiting for Marines and Army and Air Force there, and I don't even see like a bunch of cars lined up there anymore. Yeah. Are you guys even?
That's where I ship from. Lakewood,
the
right
Lakewood
there.
one?
Yeah, Lakewood, yeah.
What was it, on Detroit? I think it is. And I'm like, are you guys even caring about going into into service about it? Like, where is your patriotic? Mm-hmm. It blows my, like, if I could have went, I would have went, bro. I'd be thinking about all the time. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like technology and the softer, the gentler that we are, and the ideas that these countries are catching up, and then we are in dysfunction about who is our leader. Look, man, they could be our leader all they want, but guess what? There are 5-star generals backing them. There's people 30 years, 40 years into the knowledge to be able to guide these people to get there so they can do something for the people, and you guys are immediately hating on these people. It just doesn't make any sense, yo.
Right.
It bothers me, man. Right. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's that's a whole different thing there.
Or you're listening to these people on TikTok or on these shows or whatever, and you're looking at them and they're talking all this crap, and you're like, if I seen you in McDonald's,
right?
If I see, like, you couldn't even defend yourself while you're talking what you're saying. You couldn't even do it,
right? And
you're saying, oh, F this person, and look what they did here.
Right.
You wouldn't have been able to stop them.
Right. Yeah, just the whole thing, like, gives me a massive headache, dude. It does. It does. It's just, it's almost unbelievable that, like, we're dealing with this shit, and, and luckily, like, more than half of the population has finally stood up and was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not dealing with this woke agenda shit. We're not worried about all the trans people trying to play in women's sports and fucking.
Can I talk about
all sorts of shit?
Just that a little bit. And I'm not gonna
go ahead, man.
I'm not gonna go too hard into it. But I want to say they push the transgender thing, right? And just in that community, it's only 1.9%. Just in that community. So I'm trying to have people understand what I'm saying. This little section of this community garnered all this information. There's 300 million people more plus in America, and we only care to a whole big level about 1.9% of a smaller of the group. They push that. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't even care. That's like caring about a little dust mite, but your whole house is dirty.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be seeing it in every opportunity I get to see it. I should not see it in my kids' cartoons.
Yep. I
should not be able to. It's a lot of things, man. But I'm trying to say it's just a small percentage of that of that identifies with that, and it's on a level that is so much bigger than even the community. I'm sorry, even in the community that it's associated with.
Right.
Why?
Yep.
Whose fantasy is it to like this?
Well, see, and another thing I think that was the major issue is that some of those people that are transgender were trying to. They were saying, they were online, on TikTok, on everywhere, saying that if they did teach your kid, they did make them do this. They did make them do this. They, like, they're trying to change the way your child is going to function in your life. And they're just their teacher for a year. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for example, like Addison going to school and being taught by a transgender, and the transgender tells her, hey, this American flag is not good. Only the trans flag, only the rainbow flag, only this, only that. That's what's good. That's what you're going to learn in this classroom. And then she could be messed up for her whole life because of that interaction with that teacher. And just those teachers doing that and being able to like try to give them that information is so messed up that it's on a different level. It's like on some psychological shit. Like something is actually wrong with you if you want to corrupt kids and make them think that they're not the right gender when they were assigned a gender. It's like, bitch, they're kids. They're 5 years old and they don't know what the fuck is what yet. Yeah. So maybe they will grow up and want to be gay or, whatever. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that they need to start putting hormones and doing this and cutting body parts off before they're even able to consent to do anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And why are you guys telling the parents that they can't be against it?
Right.
Because, you can think about a lot of different facts. I'll just take an example of like rap music. Like when rap music first came out, it was a bunch of parents saying, "Oh, turn that shit off." Right. We no, that's not good music. Hey, play the oldies, and they were still against it, right? And it was okay for guardians and older people to say, "Hey, that music's crap." So when we are adults and we are saying this is crap, why are we labeled? What's it called? Anti-trans.
I don't
all these things that they put on us because we're saying no, we don't want to do it. This is not a thing that you can just mask over everything. It's like there should be times, and then since the laws are kind of behind on certain things like this because it's moving so fast, we got to wait years and deal with the crap. Just like with all the other stuff that people have been dealing with that they didn't want to deal with for 4 years or 6 years, we're moving these situations so fast that we don't even have laws to stop it. So then you are labeled whatever you're labeled without the idea that I'm a logical thinker and I don't want this to be so accessible to things that don't even know what it is.
Right.
They don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
So I just wanted to just have a little moment to talk about that right there. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy, man. It's like who are the adults in the room? Like, really, who are the adults in the room? And it just seems like everybody wants to say yes. I'm a person that when everybody say yes, I say no because I want to think about it.
Right.
Even me saying no is going to pause the conversation, and people are going to say, well, hey, Be Nasty, why'd you say no to that? Mm-hmm. So then maybe my thought process or anyone's thought process of why they said no may be able to give better detail to why we should investigate this a little bit more. Don't just jump into it.
That's the free thinker mindset, though. All these other clowns, they would just agree with each other without wanting to hear the other side, without wanting to hear the opposition, because they might be wrong and they want to spare their feelings if they are wrong. So they don't want to hear the other side, so that way they can live in this delusion that makes them think that they are always on the right and they're constantly 100% right, all the time and stuff like that. So,
yeah. I'm with you. I mean, and I think that also has to deal with like ego. That has to do with like pride. It's because hey, I'm an executive, whatever, of this company, and I always have to be right, and my decision making is right all the time. And then when you make a mistake, you don't want people to know that you were wrong, and then that's a whole thing because it hits your accountability. It really doesn't hit your accountability. It really makes you a human. Right. You could be wrong, but you gotta also have to identify I made a mistake. Yeah. And that's the thing that they've been doing for years, not admitting that they've been making mistakes for the American people. Mm-hmm. This is shit.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
This is shit.
I agree. I feel like we haven't been supervised for the past 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the government is, really. You know what I mean? It's like... That's what their job, that's what their role is. Just make us last an extra 4 years. Make us last an extra 4 years. I feel like, dude, that the president was non-existent. I feel like the office was open to anyone that wanted it. I feel like Nancy Pelosi was back there fucking pulling the strings, dude. I mean, that's how I honestly feel. And I think the reason is because Biden says he was taking a hands-off approach, from behind the scenes. He's not as vocal as Trump is. And the reason he's not as vocal is because he has 30% brain capacity because he's fucking about to pass out. But still, I mean,
you're killing him, man.
No, but I'm saying, we need somebody to stand up there and tell us what he's going to do like Trump did. You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity he has to get on TV and tell the American people what's going on, he loves doing that, and also it's informative. Think of the last time that you've been informed by the Biden administration without Kareem Jean-Pierre standing up there and fucking trying to force feed you a lie that they made up 10 seconds before she came out on stage. You know what I'm saying? The only person that was calling her ass out was Peter fucking Ducey, and dude, he was killing it. I love that guy. Shout out, Peter. But anyway, I mean, it was insane. We didn't have... we just didn't have what we had before. When Trump was first elected, he was constantly out there. He was putting up shade. He was putting up with shade from the left constantly. The media hated him. He was still out there though.
Yeah.
Biden didn't have the gall to be out there on stage and be ridiculed and criticized without him losing his temper. And you know what that's a sign of? Dementia. You know what I'm saying? So it's
But we've had presidents that were out there. I mean, okay, we got Big T now. We got Biden, right? Then we had Big T, and then before Big T, we had Obama. And Obama was doing what Big T's doing.
Right.
He was doing that.
Yeah,
right?
No, exactly.
So this is really on. It's not even like a Democrat Republican. It is on this person. This is on this administration because we've seen good leaders on the Democratic side. They just wasn't as bad as him. Right. So I don't look at it as because I don't want people to think you're a hater of it. No. It's you do recognize that there have been good administrations on the Democratic side.
Right.
It's just the fact that what we've been dealing with the last 4 or even last 4 years, it has not been up to par. I think as a people, especially as American people, we're looking at things at an elite level. We're the best. And then when you see something like what we've been seeing, you're like, there's a bunch of opportunities for us to be better.
Or lack of seeing.
Yeah. It's we seen y'all do this better. Why aren't you better? And you're saying it's because of him or the administration or because of the people are weak. I see, look, man, there's always a thing that they're saying, in hard times, hard people come out of it. Not weak people. There's a lot of weak ass people. Weak ass people. And you're like, how?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying we need to go to war and get rid of all these people, these weak ass people, but I'm more saying is there's a lot of weak people with voices and power that if somebody strong came in there, they wouldn't have their position. And that's what it seems like what the Big T administration is doing now. I mean, first day,
dude, he was up on stage. Biden and Kamala were sitting behind him, bro, and he's just going ham. He's just saying all of the things that they fucked up, and he's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Oh, dude, I'm just, like, surprised that he didn't, like, look back over his shoulder and try to peep him, but...
So, guys, this is another episode of Fairville Docucast. It's your boy, B Nasty.
I'm Joe, and until next time, we'll catch you.